Hello, I'm Jerry Price. I'm at the Cultural Dynamics Institute. Last week was my first time with this vigil. It was a moving moment for me. I want each one of you who are out there standing to look into your hearts and see and hear what it is that you hear. Do you hear anything? Do you hear anything like the blind old men who see and hear the planes coming from above dropping bombs on you? No, we live in a wonderful country here. But what is this wonderful country doing in the name of you?
Yeah.
Listen to your hearts.
Tell it.
Are you like the blind old man who looks above and can't see, but he hears the wing beat of white metal? Look at that white metal moving among you, that drone there. Maybe it won't kill you, it's just a symbol. But there are people across this country, not across this country, but across this world, who are innocent, who are dying because we want to save the world from terrorism. Please, look into your hearts. Look at this beautiful day around you. Do you see anything in the sky above you? Do you feel as if there's anything in the sky above you that's going to kill you? Well, there are people across this planet who are just like you. They are mothers and fathers and young men standing around laughing with each other, enjoying life. Maybe they're standing at a square on a beautiful day, but somewhere among them is some person that your government has decided has to die in your name to protect you.
Yep.
Is that what you want? To have those people standing around them die with them? No.
No.
Take a stand. Take just a few minutes of each day and think about it in your hearts.
Right.
Take an hour or two. Go on the websites and look and see what you can do to volunteer. Veterans for Peace and other groups like them are standing vigil here today. They do it day after day. They have been here for decades because of the wars that have been fought in your name.
Right.
It's not that people had bad motives, but they were told lies.
Yes.
And they and we believe them.
Yeah.
It is your responsibility to know. It is your responsibility to read. It is your responsibility to look within your own heart. It is your responsibility to engage with people around you. It is your responsibility to engage with the world and work for a more peaceful world. Maybe next week you'll have the time to come up here and go down perhaps to the stand there, buy some fried dough, go over to the sausage specialist, have a sausage in the name of peace. And then maybe you'll find it in your heart to come up here and stand with us.
Right.
Stand for peace. I'm Gerald Price. I'm the president and CEO of the Cultural Dynamics Institute. I just recently signed as an associate member of Veterans for Peace.
Yes.
Hello everyone, and I hope you're enjoying this beautiful day. I'm Virginia Pratt. I'm with WILPF, the Women's International League for Peace and Freedom, the Boston branch. And at the beginning of our monthly meeting today, there was we went around and introduced ourselves, and there was somebody there who said, I retired 12 years ago, right about the time of 9/11. And ever since my retirement, I've been working on addressing the question of why do they hate us. And I'm thinking about here at the vigil, there's somebody who often has a sign about quit the empire. So part of this opposition to the use of drones for both surveillance and as a weapon is about the unequal power, the exceptionalism of the U.S. To be flying planes all over the world to surveil on just about every inch of the planet, and when they want to put weapons on these drones and have weaponized drones that are used for both surveillance, unwarranted surveillance, illegal surveillance, and illegal warfare. There's been no declaration officially of war against Yemen. There's been no declaration of war officially against Pakistan, but yet citizens in those countries are targeted, and they're not only surveilled, but they're also killed. And when they're killed, sometimes their bodies vanish, because this type of warfare will often completely burn up the body, so that there's not really evidence afterwards. The use of surveillance and targeted killing goes on with a great deal of secrecy, and it often is done in regions that are very remote, so that the questions about the number of people killed are often vague and not exact statistics. We're often joined by a member of our group who was on a delegation from Codepink to Pakistan, and they tried to go into Waziristan, the area that's been targeted for drone strikes, and they weren't able to get into that area. But wherever they were in Pakistan, they were welcomed. In fact, the streets were lined with rose petals for them, and they were called the Good Americans. And they were called the Good Americans because they stood in solidarity with people who were targeted and killed. And then there's more about this unethical practice that needs to be challenged. We get reports that after the drone strike, and any male is an acceptable target for the drone strike, any male of a certain age, according to the Homeland Security and the Pentagon, and of course we can't excuse Obama, who's involved in the kill list. But once they strike, people cannot even come out to rescue the wounded, because if they come out within a 6-hour period while the drones are hovering overhead, they too will be targeted. And it's, thank you. So we really have to keep up the pressure about this, both in terms of the surveillance, which is a form of terrorizing people with this low-flying buzzing overhead constantly, along with the weaponized use of drones. Thank you.
I just want to add a short note after Virginia's wonderful speech. Can you imagine what it would be like if we had some of these things, rather bigger than that, up above us now? And yeah, they probably will come to us. And our children will be killed with this. Just think about that. My children are grown, but I have 3 grandchildren, and my heart breaks to think of those people over there being killed by our tax dollars.
I would just like to thank WILPF for their wonderful monthly witness, their death walk, which they've been doing for months, every first Saturday. They started Community Church in Copley Square at 1, and they come over and join us toward the end of our vigil, close to 2, and it's really nice, passing out leaflets all along with a somber drum beat and their death masks. And it's really great that people are getting to think more and more about drones. I was happy to see Rand Paul doing his filibuster, although I would have been even happier if he had thought that it was just as bad for non-American citizens to be targeted by drone attacks. But at least he was talking about it. He was saying, don't we need to have some due process in this country? I guess that's old-fashioned now. But we think we really do need due process. We can't be just going around targeting people. If we think they're an enemy of our empire, why not just close down the empire, use our Defense Department to defend our country, and then we wouldn't have people around the world hating us, and a very few of them becoming terrorists, as they call it. So we will be back here next week with our second anti-drone protest. We expect it to be even bigger, we'll see. But April is Drone Awareness Month all around the country, and you can go to